YouTube, what's going on with y'all, man? Welcome back to another video. And I know some of y'all probably miss hearing me saying that. But now I had to get serious in a couple of my last videos. But now we back, all right? Now we got our mental back in order, you feel me? So, as you can see by the title, I wrote down, I came up with 5 things you should not do on semen retention. And before we jump into today's video, man, you should have known what you should have been did. Like, comment, share, and subscribe if you're new, man. Essentially, we're going to save the world together. We're gonna accomplish it. It don't matter what nobody says. We're going to save the world together. You know what I'm saying? So without further ado, let's jump into today's video. And you know, the setup is a little different today. You know, I decided to record off my phone, so I'm gonna just look at my camera real quick. But the first thing on my list on things you should not do while on SR is you shouldn't be doing any drugs. And I know a lot of people might not want to hear this, but when you do drugs and you retain it on retention, and this doesn't even have to be just weed. You know, this could be any type of drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a bunch of drugs out there. It doesn't have to be weed all the time, you know, but you shouldn't be doing any type of drugs while you're retaining, because in my opinion, I feel like, especially when you're inhaling smoke, I feel like that kills the benefits. Not really kills the benefits, but when you're indulging in drugs, I feel like it kind of takes away the glow a little bit. It kind of messes with you spiritually. Yes, in this physical, you might still have the glow. You might still notice the benefits in the physical, but spiritually, whenever you're doing these drugs, best believe something is going on spiritually, you know, and the Most High is watching over you. So, you know, he sees that you're doing drugs. So why is he gonna reward you? Why is he gonna reward you to your full? Why is he gonna make you reach your fullest potential? You know, and that's something I noticed. Like, when I was smoking, I noticed that I couldn't reach my highest potential. In a couple of my videos that I started talking about retention, I kept saying bro a lot. You know, and my mom had to tell me to stop saying bro because it was becoming so repetitive. And I know some people probably don't even mind me saying bro because, you know, my channel is based on, you know, I think my channel is like 96% men, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, I know a lot of men are out there watching me, you know. So, you know, a lot of people might not mind me saying bro, but you know, there's other people. If I want to attract other people as well, I can't just be one-sided. I can't just be referring to just one type of people. And that's something I had to come in realization of. I had to switch up my vocabulary, and smoking was not helping at all because I was still like spiritually, I was not elevated. You know, spiritually I was not elevating in my fullest extent. I felt like smoking was just holding me back in a sense. And this is something I always realized, but I always try to ignore it. I always try to suppress it. You know, so don't be doing any type of drugs when you're retaining, because in my opinion, I feel like it takes away some of the benefits. Don't get it twisted. You're still going to experience benefits on retention if you do drugs, but it's not going to be to its fullest capacity as if you wasn't doing any drugs at all. So that's one thing I would be mindful of when you're retaining. Number 2 on the list is don't have too much idle time. You know what they say, an idle mind is the devil's playground. And this is something that's very true. You know, like this is true, bro, because I remember a few months ago when I was on my first committed streak of retention. Like, this is when I was like really taking retention seriously. You know, I didn't have a job. I was just basically doing the same thing over and over again. And, you know, whenever I would get everything else done, whenever I would record a video, go to the gym, I would be like, dang, like, what's next? What do I do now? You know, that's an idle mind. You get what I'm saying? When you just sitting around in your room, sitting around just going on YouTube and not really doing anything to transmute all this energy within, that's an idle mind, you know. And this is when the devil starts to like strategize and start putting thoughts in your mind to relapse or just go do something that you wouldn't normally do. So don't overwork yourself. I'm not gonna tell you to stay busy 24/7. Like, it's good to take breaks here and there, but don't make it into a habit where you have way too much idle time. Because too much idle time, trust me, bro, you will kind of like sink back into like a comfortable mindset. You're gonna notice that you're gonna become comfortable, and when you're comfortable, you're not growing. You get what I'm saying? So always try to transmute that energy. If you gotta like, let's say you worked out earlier in the day. If you notice that you have a lot of time on your hands, bro, I don't care what it is, start learning how to do other things. Start picking up new hobbies. All right? Just start elevating in all ways possible. Don't stay one mind. Don't be this one-sided person that just does the same thing every day. Because I noticed for me, when I used to do that and get everything done, then I would be left with nothing. And then I'm like, dang, like, what do I do now? And that's when all these thoughts of like going back to the sites would come back. This when I would start maybe binge eating because I had nothing to do. So be careful of idle time. Try to transmute your energy as much as you can throughout the day. And trust me, this will get you through. This will get you through and save you from a lot of relapses as well. The third thing you should not be doing on retention is do not lean on your own strength. And as I told y'all in my previous video, when I first started retention, I didn't have the Most High God in my life. I was more so leaning off of my own understanding. Let me turn my car off. I was more so living life on my own understanding. I was wearing crystals and thinking that was going to protect me from all types of negative entities and energies, when in all actuality, that wasn't really doing much. I thought it was doing something, but it wasn't really doing much. So on retention, do not lean on your own strength, because the Most High will humble you. The Most High is going to see like, oh, this guy thinks he can do it all by himself, huh? He thinks he can go a whole year without my help, huh? You know what I'm saying? Like, this what the Most High probably be saying when he looking at you. He like, oh, this guy think he that guy. And then what does he do? He humbles you. He's probably gonna send the girl of your dreams your way. He's probably gonna send a girl that you always wanted your way, which is gonna cause you to relapse. You probably gonna get tempted a whole bunch of times to go back to the sites, all because you're leading on your own strength. You feel like you don't need anybody's help to get you through on retention. And I had to learn this the hard way, bro. I feel like if I had the Most High a few months ago in my life, I would have probably been on day 500 something right now. Like, no, no kidding. I probably would have been on day 500 plus right now if I had leaned on the Most High strength. You get what I'm saying? I would have been on 1,000 days right now. Stop playing. But yeah, man, do not lead on your own strength. Ask the Most High for help. Whenever you feel weary, ask the Most High for help. Whenever you feel weak, ask the Most High for help. Whenever you get tempted to do something you don't want to do, ask the Most High for help, and he will get you through. So that was number 3 on the list. The 4th thing you don't want to do is entertain females. You don't want to entertain females because, what are the benefits of entertaining a female while you should be focusing on your purpose? You get what I'm saying? Like, a lot of men be getting on retention, and just for the female attraction, just to start attracting more women. And those people never last long, because that's not a righteous intention to hop on a godly practice just to get females. So don't entertain females while on this journey, because it will lead to you linking up with this female, and she's going to tempt you. She's going to tempt you into relapsing. And this is another thing I faced in the past. I was entertaining a female, and you know, she's feelings started to get attached. Not really feelings because we don't talk anymore. I'm not gonna really say there was feelings. I would more so say she was trying to steal my energy. But you know, I used to mess with this female, and you know, we was linking consistently, and I noticed that things were starting to, like, she noticed that I wasn't like she noticed that I wasn't like tapping into my lust as much. You know, so whenever you kind of show a girl that you're different, she's gonna be like, man, it's gonna play something in her mind like, man, why don't he wanna have sex with me? Why don't he wanna kiss me? Why isn't he showing me as much attention as these other guys? You know? So do not entertain females because they will be your downfall. They will be your downfall. They're gonna see a righteous man on retention. Bro, they're not gonna have no choice but to take your energy. You know, and especially if you just allow it to happen. And this is why I say you should not be dealing with women if you don't have your life in order. Build your kingdom, and then that's when the women come. Build your kingdom, and then you go out in the real world and try to attract that wife that you always wanted, you know? So that was the fourth on my list, man. Don't entertain these hoes. Don't entertain these females because trust me, a lot of them do not have your best interest. And if you don't take anything from this video, that's it. Don't entertain no females, bro, because they will be your downfall, man. And the fifth thing on my list that you shouldn't be doing on retention is do not edge. I repeat, do not edge. Okay? You, like, when you edge, you're setting yourself, like, you're not, like, all the progress you done gained on retention, when you edge, you're just knocking yourself back. You know what I'm saying? And I had to tell one of my supporters this the other day. You know, I'm not going to say his name, but I had to tell him, like, bro, you know, whenever you edge, do you think you're gaining benefits from edging? You know what I'm saying? You're not gaining anything, but you're knocking yourself back. And eventually, when you keep edging, you're going to relapse. I've heard guys say, you know, they was having sex or whatever, and they try to hold it in, and it just didn't work. You know, maybe they just didn't have enough practice, but whenever you think like, oh, I'm gonna just edge and not, you know, ejaculate, bro, eventually it's gonna catch up to you. Eventually, you're going to not have any control and you're just gonna bust. Simple like that. So when you edge, it's going to lead to a relapse. Whether you wanna accept that or not, it's going to lead to a relapse. You know, this what happens when you rely on your own strength. You feel like, oh, I'm an edge and nothing is gonna happen. Like, no, something is happening. If you don't notice anything happening in the physical, something is definitely happening in the spiritual. So do not edge, man. There's no point of edging. Why are you on retention if you're still gonna edge? You know, why are you on retention if you're still gonna go back to the sites and edge? You know, what are the benefits of edging? There's no benefits to edging. And some people might be like, oh, I can still edge but not release. Bro, you're going to release eventually. Eventually, your whole streak that you done worked hard for is going to end because you thought you had it. You thought you was the man and you wasn't going to release. You get what I'm saying? So do not edge on retention. Don't. It would save you a lot of headache. And whenever you edge, you still gonna feel guilty about what you did. You know, there's no benefits to edging. You're gonna feel guilty. You know, just as much, you probably didn't release your seed, but you're still gonna have that guilt in your conscience. You're still gonna have that guilt, like, dang, I know I shouldn't be doing this. You're still gonna have that guilt. So what's the point of edging? You get what I'm saying? So that was my video for today, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If so, drop a like, comment down below comment down below anything that, you know, you might feel you shouldn't do on retention, because there's a lot of things you shouldn't be doing on retention. You know what I'm saying? Share the video with a friend. You know what I'm saying? Share the video with a friend, man. Let's spread the word. Let's spread the message. You know what I'm saying? And subscribe to the channel if you're new, man. And let's save the world together, man. Stop playing, man. Let's get it, man. Let's go. And I'm out.